Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw NOI from Dorohedoro. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, action, fight, awesomeness pose. That's what we're going for. So I just got to make sure I leave enough room and get us going. Okay. So if for those of you that are paying attention or taking part, I showed in the Discord page. We have a Discord now. If you want to go over there and draw and show me what you got and all that stuff, or even talk to us. I showed my thumbnail sketch process. So if you're curious how I come up with these and what it is I do, it's in there. It's pretty fun. There's only a few of us in there right now, so we're just all kind of just talking and just showing what we do. But yeah, so I thought I'd show my thumbnail process of how I get here. Basically, I just kind of sketch and throw ideas down until I'm ready with the pose. And most of the time, I can get it in like the first quick thumbnail, and then I transfer it over here. But like I said, you guys never see the process, but you can go to the Discord and go look at it. Pretty fun. Okay, so I'm gonna draw her with her mask. Maybe later on I'll do like an unmasked version, or maybe different costumes, because I'm a big fan. It's a crazy show, and it's a little mature sometimes. Sometimes there's nothing horrible, but like they do wear some skimpy outfits every now and then. Nothing horrible, but yeah, you might want to talk to your parents, make sure they're okay with you watching this stuff. Anyway, yeah, so they do wear different costumes and stuff, and so I might go back later and do a couple of different ones, because they're also really awesome. Okay, so I think this is gonna turn out pretty good, because also she's a fighter. And she's pretty butch, pretty awesome, pretty boss. Not the boss, but she's pretty boss, So, yeah, so different costumes and whatnot would be really cool to do. So yeah, I'll probably end up doing that. But anyway, that took me a long while to get here. What I was trying to say is that I will probably go back and do different costumes later. But right now, I'm gonna do the masked one. We're gonna do something a little different with her hand. I'm trying to mix it up. I realize I'm doing a lot of fists and just normal stuff, so I'm gonna try to do something like this, kind of a dynamic hand. So give me a second to sketch something out here. And we'll see if we can get this going. Again, it's going to be pretty dynamic, so it's going to be very exaggerated, very over the top. So just bear with me. And just give me a second to draw it. Okay, so usually that's what happens. Whenever I concentrate, I start to get quiet. So sorry about that, but it's a little necessary for some specific detail like that. All right, I think that might work. Let's see, I'm going to have her arm raised up a little bit. Okay, not bad. Let me find a good picture of her mask. There we go, there's a good one. And so it's just a head, you know, nothing too crazy, but I want to get it right. It looks really cool. Or I think so, at least. The problem is all these pictures are dark. And I'm turning her head a little bit. So, you know, I've got pictures to go by from the show, but none in this position. And that's the fun of it. That's what the whole crazy creative part of this is figuring out the positions to get the characters in to look like this, you know. But again, it's kind of tricky because they don't look like this. And also, this is so tiny, I don't know how much detail we're going to get in here. I'm going to try to get it all in here, but we'll see. Let's see if I can find a better picture, like a brighter picture. And also turn up my brightness. Here we go. Oof. Nothing too good. Okay. Alright, let's see. That's good. I just gotta remember some details, specifics. But when I come back here, I'll add all this in. Alright, I think that might be it. I think that's pretty good for the costume. Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah, let's get going. I'm going to erase some of these sketch lines and move on to the Sharpie. So I just need to erase what the sketches first were, because when I first did it, I was just throwing lines down because I knew where I was going. I just had to get it there, so I wasn't very confident. As it felt better, I got more confident. My lines got heavier, darker. So when I go to erase, I just hit lightly and I erase all the sketchiness, and what stays is the confidence, and that's how you want to live your life. Follow your confidence, get rid of your sketchiness. Alright. Okay, I think that's good. I can see enough, and I don't think that'll stand out over the Sharpie. I want my Sharpie to stand out, not the pencils. If you're working with pencils, you just start drawing darker. You don't worry about erasing. So yeah, so let's welcome everybody that skipped. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that a fine point can't quite find. Sketch the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of the sketch lines, but I've left a little ghost of an image that I can use to draw or guide me on the Sharpie adventure. So I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen and start with the fine details of the image. So let me find that mask picture. Okay, so I'm going to try to get a lot of the details, but again, this is so tiny that we'll see what we can do. So I'm going to start with the eyes like I normally do, just to see if I've got them level. And I'm going to start with the top of the lids like this. Looks pretty good. So I'm going to try to draw some retinas, the color part. Something like that. I'm going to try to hit the pupil a little like this. And again, this is so tiny, it's kind of hard to actually draw that much. So I'm just going to do a little bit like that, just to kind of show there's an eye in there. But again, it's going to disappear with color and all that stuff, and how tiny it is. So let's see how much detail I can add here. I'm going to do one circle around the eye for the eye socket, and I should do another one. I'm going to try to. We'll see if it works. But again, it's so tiny because that's the glass, and then you want the part that holds the glass like that. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'll try to do it like this, but we'll say you can only see certain parts of it on this one because of the way it's turned, okay? So, same thing with the mouthpiece. It's got two levels to it, and there's another one like this. But again, this is almost too tiny to draw, so I'm going to try to draw one. Then I'm going to come back and do the inner line. Okay, and there's like a little notch over the nose part right here. That's why I wanted to draw those little spots first, so I can not draw through them. Okay, so I'm going to try to do it like this and try to keep it parallel to the other line. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's no big deal. I'm going to try. So just do like this. Try to draw another line right alongside that first one. Something like that. There, it's not too bad. So her nose, you can kind of see a little bit of the shape. We're just going to do something like this just to accent that it's there. And then we're going to add a whole bunch of little teeth. And they go all the way across, so we're going to go ahead and just do a line where they connect, where they touch. And let's just start drawing little jagged teeth. They're even smaller than this, but it's almost impossible to draw something that tiny. I like to start in the middle and work my way out. Alright, so it's a little small, but again, that's okay. We're not too worried about whether it's perfect. We just want to have some fun. Alright, there's her chin, and there's two screws, bolts. We'll just draw a line like that through the middle. And also, I'm going to start to thicken up the outer edge because the big Sharpie that I'm about to use is super, super thick. So I want to match what's about to happen. Alright, so again, I'm going to thicken up this outer edge. I'm going to start to build on the face. I'm going to come up, give her some cheekbones, and again, I'm thickening up this outer edge. You don't have to do this if you're working with Sharpie. You do what you want. But I'm just doing it to make it look like what's about to happen. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go ahead and draw the side of her head like this. Come up here to the top. And I'm going to draw just a little bit of an ear. You can't see as much because the head is turned on this side. And she does have a seam down the middle, but I almost kind of want to do that with color. Nah, I'll draw it. We'll come back to that in a second. I'll draw that seam. Let's work our way back around so we can get the shape of the head looking right. Okay, so I'm going to draw her jaw to the back of her head, and there's where the ears are round like this. And again, if you can thicken it up, go for it. Make it look cool. But if not, don't worry about it. Just draw a line. Because always remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Okay, there's metal on that side, so I'm just adding a little bit. Now, for the ear, you can see a little bit like that, but because it's wrapped up, it's almost impossible to see the actual shape of the ear, so I just wanted to give it that look. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to round the head off. Something like this. Alright, so let's see, I'm going to go ahead and do the middle seam like that. I'm going to try to draw like an outline around it. There are some bandages like this. And another one over here. Something like that. And I think that's all I want to do for the head because, we'll let color take care of the rest. Let me kind of smooth some of this out. I like a smoother looking head like that. Alright. Ooh, round this edge off. Cool. Awesome. How's yours looking? Alright. Okay, just reshaping the head just a little bit because I can. Alright. Okay, so switching over to the other Sharpie and get back to a good picture of her suit. So there's a collar. We're going to draw like this. Going to come down, reconnect it here, come back around. There's her neck, like like that. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. How about we draw her shoulders? And I've got her arms in a big dynamic pose, so they're kind of exaggerated because they're raised up a little, okay? And she's also very muscular, so I'm throwing in those muscles. I'm gonna show what she's got. Alright, oh, and also there's a bunch of bandages. So let's do this. I'm gonna put her elbow right there. Gonna come into her jacket like this. I'll go ahead and draw this edge so you see where we are. Okay, and I just wanted to do that so you could see that we're gonna go up here, and then the arm is gonna be like this, and then the bandages are gonna be like that. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of stair stepping, kind of like this, and you'll see why in a second. It's gonna be a cool little technique, and I'm just doing it randomly. Okay, so just something like that. Okay, so the reason I did that is because the bandages on her arm, now they look like they're over something. We're not just drawing lines from one side to the other. It's gonna look like it's all wrapped up over something. So see, it's gonna have just a touch of uniqueness to it. Okay, and the secret to doing stuff like this is just every now and then in the middle of one, just kind of throw in a line like that, so it looks more like it's just boom, 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 boom. You know, just kind of mix it up a little bit. You know, and let's do a couple of tears, couple of little rips in the bandage, something like that. Since I've got this Sharpie, I'm going to go ahead and add some creases and folds, because you know how I like to do mine. I love drawing stuff like this because it makes it come alive. Ooh, maybe not that one. Nah, I'm not too crazy about that line. But you know what? I'll live with it. I did it. I'll be happy with it. I'm going a little too crazy with this is what I'm doing. So, let's draw her hand. And I'm doing her hand a little bit more dynamic. It's going to be something a little like this. It's hard to see. Like that. Okay? So, for the back of her hand, we're going to do... and she's got like these little... raised fighting things on there. Okay, so for the back of her hand, we're going to do that. I'm going to do the pinky down like this. Okay, very exaggerated, very pointed down like that, okay? So that means the inside of her hand is going to come here and connect there. The thumb is going to be out like this. Okay, so the other fingers are going to be bent just as exaggerated like this, but now they're flipping up. So next, the middle finger is just going to come up, bend here. That means the index finger is extended the most and is going to be pretty much pointed up. So we're just going to do something like that. So see, now you draw like a dynamic hand doing this instead of a fist, or just, you know, so it's just a little something different to do, you know, trying to give you a little bit of creativity. All right, you know, I feel like, hang on one second, that's what's missing, the jaw lines. It's something like this. There you go, because it looks very, very in like a skull, and that's what it needed. It's like it needs something right there. So anyway, do some hand lines real fast just to show the stress. Connect that. Okay, cool. This other one we're just going to do in a fist. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to draw this shoulder over here like this into this bicep. Let me draw in her. I'll go ahead and finish the front of her jacket so you can see where we are. Let's see, I can draw her chest, her breasts like this. But the jacket's kind of floppy, so we're going to kind of come down and do one of these. And it does have like a little waist line, like extra bungee part. So that's why I kind of added that little line like that. That's going to come in here and we'll do something like this. You see what I'm saying? Like that extra little, well, not bungee, what's the word I'm looking for? Stretchy, stretch. That's it. It's got extra stretchy, stretch. You know what I mean. Also, I'm gonna add some detail, and there is a zipper. Let's go ahead and do that. That'll also kind of add depth and character to it. Okay, and there's a white line going down, but I'm going to do that with color, so don't worry about that. Her name's right there on her chest as well, too. So don't worry about those lines. Just do something like that, just to show that there's, you know, my favorite, creases and folds. There we go. All right, so over to this hand. Let's do the hand in just a fist. So there's the underside to her elbow. Coming up to the bandages. And I'm going to do the same thing, okay? So stair step it. And I'm just making it up, so don't worry about if you didn't do exactly like I did. We're just going to stair step and just match stuff up. Not too much, just real subtle. Subtle is the key. Subtlety is the key, says he who is me. I got tons of dad jokes for you. Tons. All right. And now I'm adding the little bumps like I did over there beforehand. All right. There we go. Nope. Since I got it, extra, but try not to go overboard. Remember how I did? Don't do that. There we go. Boom, shakalaka. All right. So this one we're just going to do in a fist because she's about to get into a fight, basically. Okay, so the back of the hand, I'm going to do up to here to the pinky. I'm going to bring the pinky in, I'm going to wrap it in. I'll draw the front of it like that. It's coming over here. The thumb is over everything. And then I'm going to draw the other fingers, which are pretty much behind it, so there's only so much I can really get in here anyway. And then add some extra detail. To add that little fighting thing on the back of her glove there. I don't think I need to go any further with that. I think we're good. And every time I say that, I add extra lines. Can't help it. I love drawing. I love it. Alright, so the rest is just pretty much the same thing. Jacket type suit and then straps or wraps. Okay, so I'm going to draw her sides down like this, down to her thigh. Going to go down into the knee where then there's the wrap. So I'm going to go ahead and just come back up so you see where we are. I'm going to draw the inner thigh to the crotch there. Down to that, same thing to the wrap. Alright, so now, my favorite, creases and folds. Let's do a couple of big lines just to get us going. And not too many, just a few, just to show that, again, there's a wear and tear on her pants. Something like that. Alright. Again, there's going to be some white lines going down the seams, so we'll worry about that with color. Okay, cool. I'm going to stop there before I go overboard. Okay, so now, again, just wraps. So we're going to do the same thing down to the shoes, just kind of stair step it down to the ankles. And then her shoes, she's got a big old tongue on that shoe. Well, I'll add the lines in a second. I just want to go ahead and show you the shoe real fast. Is that on? Ooh, right on the edge. Awesome. Something like that. Now add some detail now. So she does have laces and stuff, so I'll go ahead and just do. Normally I don't do laces, just because it's just a lot of work, and we're just here to have a little bit of fun. But I'll draw some just to give you a little something. Just kind of stair stepping again. That seems to be the word of the day. Stair stepping. Look at me stepping. There's a bottom sole. That. Let's see. Is there like a Nike swoosh? There's kind of something. Alright. Again, I'm not going to go too crazy because it's just a shoe. So let's do some connect in here. Alright, not bad, not bad. How's yours coming out? Awesome. Alright, so, same thing over here. Some stair stepping. Slight, remember, keep it subtle. Subtle. And it's nice to do stuff like this because you're learning like a new inking technique. See how thick and bold all that is, and you do that inside. It's a nice subtle complement to the thick line. You know, you're doing a little bit of artistic complimenting. I will do some artistic complimenting. I love Sharpies. Right? Because I use them in art. I guess that's a pen Look, I'm just going to draw. Do some... Oh, you know what? I'm so dumb. I didn't draw the rest of the shoe. I'm already starting. How can I... Yeah, come on. Come on. Okay, so let me do this real fast. Alright, there. That'll define our edges, so now I can add there. So let's work our way down. Alright. So did you learn a little something with the inking technique here? I mean, even if you don't do it with ink, you can do it with pencil, just, you know, just have a little fun, basically. Alright, so I'm going to do the edge there. We'll do like a little side view of a lace. And we'll do the front of like that little... Oh, you know what? Hang on. We got to do the sole. Bring that down to here. We'll do like some kind of a Nike swoosh. I don't think they're Nikes, but something like that. Maybe they're knockoffs. Maybe they're Nikes. They're Noikis. Get it? Because they're... Okay, never mind. Okay, there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Noi from Dorohedoro. So here's my colored version. You can color it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures on how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.